Hi everybody. Welcome to number of Goosey Fibers podcast.
The one where we try to do it while the baby is napping edition.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough one.
He's napping.
You gotta thread the
Be
needle.
quiet. I am the owner, operator, dyer behind Goosey Fibers. My name's Kate. This is
I'm Damien. Hi.
Mr. Goosey. That light is terrible. Yeah, so hi, welcome. It's been a while. I promised ages ago that I would try to do every 2 weeks, but I think you all know me pretty well by now, and you know that I don't stick to a schedule. So I just try my best now. And now I have a co-host. Because it's easier to talk to somebody than to a camera. My hair looks like a pyramid.
I don't know, I think it looks good.
No, it looks really bad. Yeah, he cut my hair. In that
It looks good.
it doesn't look good. I made him. He doesn't know anything about hair, and neither do I, frankly. But it was really long, and last time I got my hair cut professionally, I went with the cheapest option, and she was very sweet, but she cut my hair essentially 2 inches off this way. This side was really long, and I just had enough last weekend, so I asked him to cut it off, and I essentially pulled it into a line, and I said, hey, cut this, and he did.
Try to cut it as straight as you can, and I definitely try.
Now it looks like a pyramid, but that's okay.
There are many great pyramids in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They're called Great Pyramids.
They are.
So
I think they might be a wonder, right?
I think so.
They might be.
Modern, historical, whatever.
Which is all a really roundabout way of saying thank you for joining us. This is a Fiber Arts podcast. I know you couldn't have guessed it from that opening, but it is. It's mostly knitting. That's all I have for you. And he doesn't do any of it.
No, but I'm exposed to a lot of it.
He's exposed.
I see a lot of it. A lot of fibers.
And anyway, Goosey Fibers were located in the
South
Shore of Massachusetts. I almost said South End. I don't think that's a thing.
Scenic South
Yeah,
Shore.
we're coming to you from Massachusetts. Yeah. Thanks for joining. If anyone is still subscribed at this point, bless you.
And also join the mailing list.
Oh, right. I should say yes. Thank you. You can find me at Ravelry, Goosey Fibers, Instagram, Goosey_Fibers, GooseyFibers.com, which is your baby. Oh, the baby's awake.
The baby woke up.
No.
We made a mistake. Huge problem.
Maybe he'll keep sleeping.
He's talking. He's not going to go back to sleep.
He's not mad yet.
Right.
Let's keep going.
Mm-hmm.
GooseyFibers.com. And if you join the mailing list, which...
She sends out like special codes and stuff.
Yeah,
to
I
mailing
do.
list members.
And there's actually like a big one going on this whole month, all of October.
Don't miss
if you're a mailing list subscriber, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also on Etsy. I think gooseyfibers.etsy.com.
That is correct.
Which is still my bread and butter, but I'm hoping to slowly move it over to gooseyfibers.com and say goodbye to Etsy because they're a little bit weird.
Yeah, that'll come in the future.
Yeah.
When we have like flying cars and stuff.
Fiber Arts podcast.
Flying cars podcast.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for anyone coming back. Thanks for anybody new. Welcome. You can see that this is just a mess.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks anyway. Let's see what's...
Do you have stuff you want to show off?
Yeah, I should talk a little bit about knitting. If you are in the knitting world at all, you probably know about this cardigan I'm wearing. This is the Andrea Mowry. It's her new cardigan, comfort fade cardi. Excuse me. God, I'm just wearing jammy pants. So this is it. It's a fade. It's super fun. I got to be one of the test knitters, which is awesome. Don't look too closely at the collar, which is awesome. It was one of my favorite parts, but I did it wrong. So don't tell anybody. This is my favorite part. These cuffs. This lighting is super weird, but the cuffs are so cool. I love how she does like a really quick fade back through all the colors. I did it all in Goosey Fibers. I think this is As You Wish, and then it goes into Secret Garden Heart. It's a pretty easy fade into that, into Unemployed in Greenland, and into Cliffs of Insanity. So it's really fun. I really wanted to do fall colors. I was super psyched that she asked me to do this. Yeah, they're all Princess Bride colors.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
It looks like, if you could see the whole thing, it really looks like
It's
a sunset
really-
over the water. It's
really
so good.
It's
so
almost
good.
like a blazer fit cardigan, which I didn't know I wanted until I had it. And now I really like it. I've worn it pretty much all week. So yeah, I like it.
It's killer. It looks great.
So don't let this count to that. I'm dying of heat right now. It's so hot. So I'm gonna take it off. But yeah, it's so cool. I love you eventually reverse knit it. I can finally talk about it now because it's been like a secret for a while. It's all purling. The whole body is purled. Like this is the outside, which is typically the inside. But I just did it reverse stockinette because purling would have taken forever. And I love it. There it is.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the fade. Look at the fade.
I just love the colors. I think they're so fun.
So beautiful.
It's perfect for autumn.
Looks really good.
So I did release a bunch of sets on Etsy. I don't think it's on gooseyfibers.com yet.
Oh.
And yeah, I think people seem to really like them, especially set D, which is like the gray to blue, which I don't blame anybody because those are my colors too. It is happening. Yeah, so go get one.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. Good one. Good one.
It really is a fun knit though. It didn't take very long because it's in DK weight. You saw me stressing a lot because I am a slow knitter and I was like down to the deadline. It was a really busy month last month and even at the beginning of this month, and I just thought I would have a lot more knitting time than I did. And so I was like staying up late and I was waking up early and I was like knitting while waiting for like my dye pots to heat up and just like trying to squeeze it in at every available moment. But I did it.
It's like memories of cramming for a test.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Big
was
time.
intense.
Big time.
But it really didn't take long, considering especially. It was really fun to do a DK weight sweater.
What does that mean? Why is that fun?
Because it's a heavier weight. So I always do like fingering weight sweaters because I'm more of a process knitter than a project or a product knitter. Process versus product. Yeah, I like the act of knitting and don't necessarily always care about the finished product.
I didn't know
Except
that was
I'm-
a bifurcation. That's cool.
Except I'm beginning to, I'm both now. Oh gosh, sorry, that's my hand. So I usually do fingering weight sweaters because it's just gonna take a really long time, and the more complicated it looks, the better, because it'll take a really long time and I'll have this big project and it's kind of fun. But DK weight took a lot less time and it was really fun watching like a whole sweater just appear with much less time involved. So
It's awesome.
yeah.
It's awesome. Well, it looks so good. It's a great finished product.
Yeah. So that's really all I've been doing. I don't have any other, oh no, I have that other sweater.
Should I go get it? Where is it?
I have no idea. It's probably in the laundry. The Granito sweater by Joji Locatelli. I will put a picture in right now. Isn't it beautiful?
Nice.
Yeah.
Magic. The magic of film.
It's a really nice length. I don't think the pockets are super usable because I was like, there are front pockets on this sweater. It's going to be so cool. Because women's pants are a betrayal to all women with no pockets all of the time.
You don't need pockets.
Yeah, and so I was like, sweater with pockets, definitely. But my keys kept falling out of it. And that might be because of, no, it was me. I probably just, I did the ribbing on the pocket too loose, and so they're a little droopy.
Oh, I see.
So my keys kept falling out. And
Less
my
droop.
phone fell out twice, and then I stopped putting it in my pocket.
Yeah.
Because I already broke one phone this year. I can't break another.
Fool me once.
We should talk about what we're drinking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let me go get the thing.
Yeah. Damien took, well, we're going to Rhinebeck next weekend. Yay! And we rented this house. It's like 30 minutes outside of Rhinebeck in Accord. Because it's going to be, my brother and sister-in-law, I've talked about this, and my parents and our nephew, and it's just going to be really fun. It's going to be a big old house of people having, you know, delicate family relations.
House of people are fun. They're nice and chaotic in a good way.
But they're all very fun when you get some booze in them.
They're excellent.
All of them. And I think we're pretty good hosts as far as we provide booze.
So speaking of which, good segue.
Yeah, so there's this really good brewery. I don't know if I've talked about it before, in Massachusetts, in Canton, called Trillium. And I guess it's like the best of the best. This is Trillium. So Damien went out today and he bought a ton of beer. And he bought this growler for us, but the guy...
That's right. The guy was, he was very gruff, and he's like, you ever bought one of these things before? And I said I hadn't. And he said, all right, make sure that when you open it, well, first of all, when you get home, put it in the refrigerator. When you take it out of the refrigerator, don't put it back in. You got to drink the whole thing. And when you're finished with it, you just wash the bottle. Don't put it in the dishwasher. Don't use soap. Just wash it until it doesn't smell like beer anymore, and then bring it back. And when you bring it back, you get a discount on the next growler that you buy. But he was very aggressive. He's like, yeah, he's like...
Not aggressive.
Well,
intense.
just intense. I guess intense is a better word for it.
Big into beer. It's a thing, right? What's Ian?
He is called a Cicerone.
A Cicerone, which is like a sommelier. But for beer. He had to like do this whole thing.
Yeah, he went to classes and got like
He's
a paper.
like a real expert. And
Yeah.
so Trillium, when he came to visit us in July, he was like, we got to go to Trillium.
Yeah, they're
It's
renowned in the beer snob world.
Yeah, so we got a growler. And now apparently we have to drink a growler.
All of it.
Between us.
I'm not scared.
Today.
Are you scared?
I'm scared.
He's a little
James,
scared.
this is my first glass. I'm this far down and I am tipsy.
Oh. Well,
I'm
I mean,
tipsy.
I feel great too, but I like having goals.
Oh, God. My goal is not to pass out.
I mean, that's fair.
But it's like 9%.
It's so
really
good. It's the
heavy.
high rise,
Oh, that's-
just in case you want to know. It's
I
the high
sit
rise double
cross-legged.
IPA.
Yeah, it's really good.
Really good.
So that's what we're drinking. I think the baby went back to sleep.
I think you did too. I think we did good.
I looked like a chipmunk. Anyway, so...
Show the people the things. Show them the things.
I'm showing things. Oh, I left my thing I'm working on out there.
All right,
Did
well,
I?
get
My
it.
sweater? Would you mind?
Not at all.
Thank you. So I'm working on another test knit. So I really can't show you much. I'm just going to show you a flash. I'm really looking forward to it. It's like, I think it's going to be really roomy and fun and just, it's just a super relaxing knit. So, whoa, that's it. It's in Buckbeak, which is one of my Harry Potter colorways. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty true. It's just a nice, like, sort of warm gray tonal. It's got like a little bit of brown in it. It's like a gray brown. I don't
It's
know.
super interesting
Yeah.
colorway. It's super interesting.
So I'm already on my third cake. I think I'm probably going to use 6 or 7 cakes to finish this whole project. It's worsted weight. So I think that tells you it's going to be a pretty nice big sweater.
You can't have too many big fluffy sweaters either.
Oh, and it's so squishy.
Especially in Massachusetts.
Oh gosh, I know winter is coming.
TM.
Yeah. So those are my projects. I was working on Andrea Mowry's mystery knit, the What the Fade. I didn't bring it out to show you because I don't know if it's still a mystery knit because I basically had to put it down to knit this bad boy and then I'm already on another test knit, so I'm still on the second clue, so there's not a lot to show and I don't want to show anything if it's still a mystery. I also was supposed to be doing the Stephen West Speckle and Pop mystery knit along, and I haven't yet because Same reasons. It looks great though, and I can't wait. And today I bought his brioche chevron blanket. I'm pumped about that.
Why?
Because it's brioche and it's a blanket. And Stephen West, he's like a madman. He has all these colors, and he's essentially like, I don't care what weight yarn you use anything, use scraps, it's all good, weave your ends in, don't weave your ends in, who cares? And that is a man I can get behind. I like him.
Sounds like a delight.
I like him. I also like that everyone who seems to know him, like Christy Glass and Karen at Do You Knit, she knows him really well. And they're all like, yeah, he's really quiet in real life because he's like this over the top, louder than life kind of like personality, and you assume that's just who he is. And I like anybody who is actually just quiet and likes to just hunker down and knit. I get that. I don't necessarily get over the top, but I get anybody who just likes to just be quiet.
I'll show myself out.
Those are my people. I know, I'm married to the loudest man on earth. And my son is also
very loud.
Very loud.
He's very loud. He'll just run in and be like, blah!
Yeah, I really don't know what I got myself into with this whole family situation.
Well, that's fair.
So, since it's been a while, I have a bunch of stuff to show you guys. I don't remember what the last few new colorways were, but there's been a bunch more, so I'm just going to show you my favorites, okay? Okay. Here is Hagrid's Hut. How pretty is that? This is on the Goosey sock base, but I have it on all of the bases. So pretty. See, is that mouse? That's totally mouse.
This? I don't think so.
You don't?
Oh, I think it's
The
more
mouse
gray than
gray?
blue.
Mouse gray is gray.
Oh, gray. I'm sorry, you're talking about slate, right? I don't know anything about anything, which is good.
Oh my god. I wrote the recipe to Hagrid's Hut down wrong. And it became really popular really fast. And I have been frantically like, I basically know it, but it's like one color is off. And so I have just been like going through all of my yarn trying to recreate it. But I'm pretty sure I have now. Pretty sure.
A little mystery.
I'm like 98% sure I have it.
Life is mysterious.
But it's frantic because I have to recreate it exactly before I can send out everything. So that's fun. So if you ordered before I ran out of Hagrid's Hut, you're A-okay. If you ordered after I ran out of Hagrid's Hut,
you're B-okay.
You're 98% gonna be okay.
You'll be okay. You'll be fine.
You're fine. I will not send it out until I have it perfect. But yeah, Dyer's life.
Hashtag Dyer's life.
Because it was just sort of a throw together colorway that I really wasn't paying attention to, and then I was like, that looks like Hagrid's Hut. Oh my god, I love this color. I have to recreate it because look at
No, it's so
guys, it's this really fun gray base. It has like just all these different colors just all the way through it. It's earthy, but it's like fun. It looks like a home I want to live in.
It's like very typical of the Goosey Fiber style. It's beautiful on the front, and then when you open it up, it gets
speckles.
There's like a lot of hidden layers and colors to it. It's just so good.
It's heavy speckles
really
everywhere. I actually made it because one of my customers, who I think is just becoming a friend, just an online friend, Courtney.
Shout out.
Hi, Courtney. Who also calls her daughter Goose.
Oh, weird.
I just read that, Courtney, in your comments, I think in my last podcast, which is insane. We're living parallel lives.
Great nickname.
It is. It is. Yeah, so I love her. And she was like sending me screenshots of Hagrid's hut, and like she was like, you should make Hagrid colorways. No pressure. And I was like, it was one of those colorways I was thinking of doing, and then I just like, I don't know. I felt panicked about like getting it right, so I didn't do it. And so then I was like, all right, I'm just gonna try. And I ended up with two colorways that I love. And here's the other one. Care of Magical Creatures. I love this one so much. This is totally true to color, I think, right?
Yeah, you nailed it.
No, I mean, on the screen in real life.
Yeah.
It looks right, right?
Yes, you nailed it.
What does me nailing anything have to do with anything?
Your camera setup is great.
Oh,
Your
I
light
did
setup
nail
is great.
it. Yay. So yeah, it's like a really pale, sort of like mapley color. Golden, mapley.
Yeah,
I don't
good. There's a
know.
little maple there. Yeah, okay.
That's like the base, and then it just because it's magical creatures, and I just feel like that, you know, it's in like the forest, so I've got like deep greens and just like hot pinks, and
It's kind of how they are, magical creatures. They're all.
so much fun. So much fun. Let's see this label. This is gonna be gone soon. We ordered. You designed brand new labels.
She's not saying they're not going to go out with labels. They'll have labels on them, but they'll just be different than the ones that she showed. And they're really cool.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, it worked out really well.
He did this like prismatic goose. It looks like origami.
It's really neat.
In all like this shade of hot pink.
It's going to be really cool.
It's gonna be great.
It's going to be really cool.
It's sort of like, do you see this flying goose here? It's, look at my dyed hands. It's
Hashtag Dyer's hands.
It's like that, but much better because that's very small and hard to see. So I'm really excited. But
Yeah.
anyway, here's another Harry Potter. This is Hide Behind. This is actually from Fantastic Creatures and Where to Find Them. Did I just say
Beasts.
that right? Fantastic Beasts. Anyway, this is one of the monsters discussed. I think it's actually discussed in the book. Do you remember those books? They were those tiny little, like, it was like $2 for one of them when Harry Potter books were just being released, because it was like released as like their textbooks, sort of, if you really wanted to get into it, and I did. Anyway, Hide Behind was just like a really creepy creature, but I love this colorway so much. It's just a tonal, but it has like a lot of depth to it. This is Goosey Sock again, but I really want to make August like a cardigan in this color. And I want to make like a cabled sweater for myself in this color. I'm sorry, I haven't made you anything.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, and lastly, this one is not getting a lot of love because I cannot get the colors right in any of my pictures, but this is for Privet Drive, and I think it is the prettiest. It's sort of like a peachy base. And it just has magic. It has so much speckling, guys. I love it so much. I should stop moving it and just like hold it still. Look at that. Ugh, I love it so much. And it just doesn't get a ton of love because the pictures, it just doesn't look good in pictures. I don't know.
The peach sort of washes out in the picture.
It does.
It's this really
it washes
beautiful
out
peach.
and it looks really boring, but it's so pretty. And it's actually what I used for the pockets of my granito sweater. So I should actually show a picture here, maybe, of what it looks like in stockinette because it's really pretty. Those are my new colorways. I'm just gonna blast through some stuff. Look at this. I actually bought from another dyer because I couldn't resist, because she had a mystery club of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Kate Celine, you guys. I mean, she's the queen. Kate Celine is the queen. So I got Mystery Club. So this is Jessica Rabbit and this is Roger Rabbit.
What a pair. What a combo.
And they
so good.
They smell so good.
They
Oh
do.
my
They
god.
smell
Did you
amazing.
smell them?
Yeah, I smelled them when you got them. I keep smelling them.
They smell amazing. I want to know what she uses for yarn soap. And I got them in the, you can't tell, the sparkle base. It's super sparkly. That stuff doesn't really show up on camera. But I actually got it mainly because I just kept hearing over and over that she's like the queen of packaging. Like she has a real brand image. And I just wanted to see what it looks like IRL. And it's
really
freaking gorgeous. She does such, I mean, just her color choices. She has all the red and white everywhere. On the tags, she has the red and white ribbon. And then she sent along a couple stitch markers on another tag, but look, she gave me the little toadstool stitch marker. Freaking perfect. I don't know what to use these for, but something, because they're beautiful. I don't know why I got him. I thought that would be helpful. funny. Okay. This is an example of Christy Glass knits being a horrible enabler or a really good enabler, depending on how
And what's
you see it.
what is that? You can be
An enabler, anyone that makes you essentially, they're like, this thing is amazing, you can't live without it. And then I'm like, you're right.
I guess, what is is it good or horrible? What is that?
I don't know. I think it's good.
I feel you.
So she does those Instagram live videos, and she did one where she was talking about her needle management, because we all, after a while, you end up with like 1,000 different knitting needles. And she showed off hers. It's different colors, but this was the last available. This is Pendleton, and it is amazing. I think they're more available now. It was just, I couldn't not. So it's like individual resealable like pockets, and it's, oh, I love it so much. It's changed my life. And it's got little, you know, pockets on the inside where I keep some of my stitch markers and my measuring tape, and I love it so much. It's so compact. I don't have needles just shoved into drawers or like on my bookshelf. It's just, I love it so much. So there's that.
It kind of reminds me of one of those like CD books you'd have in your car in the 90s. Remember guys flipping through CD books back in the day?
We still have one.
Now she's in the car flipping through needle books.
I'm not, but I could be. I could be. This arrived the other day, making issue 4. I forgot I had a subscription to this. Yay!
That's fantastic.
Super fun. There's an Andrea Mowry design in here, so I'll definitely be doing that. A lot of the things in here, because it's not specifically knitting or crocheting, it's like, there's a lot of sewing stuff, and I don't know how to do that, so I don't do that. Oh God, there's a Bristol Ivy cowl, pretty. I mean, it's, oh, here it is. Oh, the Raina shawl by Andrea Mowry. Look at that. You can't really see it very well, but it's really good. So I'm definitely making that someday, probably 10 years from now. Okay, I got all these books off my shelf because that was another acquisition I've had recently. I joined the Book of the Month Club because, not recently, but I love scrapbooking. I don't I don't necessarily love like cheesy, flowery scrapbooking. I shouldn't say cheesy because a lot of those look really nice. But I follow Allie Edwards.
Oh yeah, she's terrific.
She's amazing. It's like almost like chronicling your life rather than like scrapbooking. Like it doesn't feel like scrapbooking. It feels,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it feels like photojournalism almost.
She applies her graphic design skills and makes this like amazing. The scrapbooking aspect looks really like sleek and modern, and she gives you all kinds of like fun things in the box, like special tapes and stamps, and oh man, it's really cool. Allie Edwards is
I wasn't
dope.
keeping up with it this year, so I canceled my monthly subscription because I just haven't had the time.
Probably do the Christmas one though.
I did do the Christmas one. That should arrive pretty soon.
That's the first time I'm hearing about it too.
That's called December Daily, where you chronicle every single day in December leading up to Christmas or whatever, or to New Year's. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And it's just really fun. I did it last year, and I loved it. And now I have this whole book to look back on of Goosey's. Oh wait, no, I did it the year before too. I think I have 2.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Goosey's first and second Christmases, so now I'll do a third. I forget why I was talking about that. Allie Edwards.
Scrapbooking stuff in December.
Bought a bunch of stuff, I guess. I don't remember. Oh.
Book of the Month.
Book of the Month. She talked about Book of the Month on her blog because her blog's just really pretty to look at, and I clicked the link, and before you know it, I was a Book of the Month subscriber, and it's been great. It's been 2 months so far. I've only read 1 book because I'm in the midst of like the new Stephen King book, and it's huge.
Sleeping Beauties.
Yeah, Sleeping Beauties. I didn't grab that. This is the first book I read, When Breath Becomes Air. If you really want to cry at the end of 200 pages, 200 easy pages, it's really small print. I mean, really kind of large print, small pages.
Generous line spacing.
Yeah. But it was really sweet, and it was just like just a nice, I don't know. I don't know how anyone dies at 36 and has a positive outlook, but this guy did. And it was just beautiful. And I stayed up way too late this past week, and my pillow was sopping wet from my tears.
No, not sweat.
And yeah, I just loved it, and I'm loving Book of the Month. It's just really fun to go through and pick which book you want, and they all have synopses, and I love it so much. And then I got this. This I had gotten back in like December, not realizing it hadn't been printed yet. Japanese Knitting Stitch Bible. I thought, just to be real, I thought there would be like patterns of like completed projects, like sweaters and things like that. Like Nora Gon's like cable book or Henna Fettig's texture book. But it is legit. It's just different types of patterns for swatches of like the most beautiful swatches, and it's just page after page after page of just swatches. And now I want to be a knitwear designer because this is ridiculous. I want to make sweaters that have all of these patterns in them. I mean, not one sweater, like 1,000 sweaters. So I don't know, I need to knit a lot more sweaters and figure out exactly how construction works of a sweater. And it would just be really neat to do this.
Those patterns are extraordinary too. They look really cool.
Unbelievable. Look at the intricacy. Look at that. It's crazy. Oh my God. So, my voice got high. Look at all these patterns. Ugh, I can't handle it. So that's where my acquisitions pretty much end. So let's see what's been going on. We just celebrated our 4-year wedding anniversary. Okay, you're high-fiving.
No, okay. Yeah.
This past Tuesday. We've known each other for 10 years. And I was commenting something about weddings really seems to negate all of the time you've actually known each other. Like 4 years doesn't seem nearly as impressive as 10. We've been together for 10 years. Mm-hmm. But we only get to celebrate 4. Mm-hmm. It's bullshit. People who don't get married would get, if we never got married, we would get to celebrate 10 years. Mm-hmm. But we got married, so we get 4.
Yeah, resets.
Garbage.
Unfairly resets.
That is
yeah,
garbage.
It's terrible. And also, the 4-year anniversary like theme, I think 4 is a good achievement. It's a good amount of years.
You're like 1 year away from like getting out of the supposed danger years, right?
Right.
But the first 5 years are the bad ones.
But the themes are like, it's flowers. Like the
I was perfectly happy with the theme. But I'm a bad spouse because I did nothing. I did nothing. I didn't even give him a card. I warned him ahead of time. I said we're not doing anything.
Yeah, we talked
right?
about
It's
it. It
4
was totally
years.
fine.
We have Rhinebeck coming.
Mm-hmm.
We rented a house. Mm-hmm. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "We're doing nothing."
Mm-hmm.
And then he brought home this huge bouquet. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it looked really good.
And he made and wrote just the sweetest card I've ever read.
I make all the cards because I'm too cheap to buy them.
I am not a romantic. I am not, like, I don't really cry if I think things are nice, but I felt like a sting in my eyes, and I'm pretty sure it was tears.
I have something in my eye.
Yeah. It wasn't allergies. So, yeah, he did all these things, and it essentially made me look like an asshole.
No,
Happy
it was fun.
4-year anniversary.
Yeah, well, Well, so the theme for the modern wedding anniversaries for the fourth one is an electric appliance, an electrical appliance. I did not get her an electrical appliance. I got her flowers, which is the old traditional
I like
theme.
the old ones, though. I prefer those.
And the other one is for fiber. It was linen. The other traditional theme
Flowers
is linen.
and linen. And he told me that, and I was like, it was Tuesday. You had to go to work. It wasn't like we did this big thing. And I was like, awesome. I have linen yarn I bought for him that I'm going to make a sweater with. I have all this like separate dye for linen specifically. I will dye this yarn up today and I will present it to him. It'll be wet, but I'll be like, linen. Happy 4 years. This will be a sweater. But I didn't do that. It's still sitting up on my shelf.
Oh, best laid plans and all
nothing.
that. It's fine.
I did nothing. Tuesday was the day I wanted to die. Do you remember that? We had wine on Monday.
She means die like death, not die
Death.
like more yarn.
Death.
I think that needs to be specified.
Yeah, no, it was bad.
She always wants to die the other way.
Here's the thing. We don't drink that much anymore. At all.
We're responsible people.
We are. And I know you see us every time with booze because I am a socially awkward person and I don't like looking at a picture of myself talking to a camera. So it's just easier with booze. So you see, I haven't even finished this glass and he's pouring more. But like, I get tipsy real quick. Real quick. I don't handle it well, but I am a very friendly drunk.
Yeah.
I am not an angry drunk.
She's one of the best drunks you'll ever meet, definitely.
I'm really fun. If you knew me normally, you would not know that when I'm drunk,
Great drunk.
I just want to dance and talk to people.
She'll talk to anybody.
So this is basically a drinking podcast because I don't like to podcast if I'm sober because I'm shy and I'm quiet and I don't want to talk. I just want to be quiet.
That's fair.
Yeah. But anyway, Tuesday, Monday we had like a bottle of wine between us. And Tuesday I thought I was going to die. And that was our anniversary.
Happy anniversary. I wish I was dead.
Happy anniversary. I just threw up. And he's like, okay, I'm going off to work. And I'm like, okay. Now I have a 2-year-old all day long.
Who doesn't care if you're hungover?
He did not care.
He does not care.
He did not care.
No, he just puts you through the ringer no matter what.
He didn't care.
Nope.
It was
He's not
awful.
respectful of your hangover at all.
Horrible day. But we kind of like, my parents got married also like 40 something years ago now. 42 years ago. They got married.
That's good.
Yeah, their anniversary is October 5th. Ours is October 10th. AJ and Jenny Joe, they're like September or August or June or something.
January, February, March. Who knows? April. I don't know. May could be.
Maybe summer, maybe spring, maybe fall. I don't know.
I don't think it was winter, but we went to the wedding in California.
I was there. Went to.
I was there.
I was the man of honor.
That's true.
I should definitely remember what month.
I bought
It was hot.
$250 worth of French fries.
Yeah.
That was what I was in the wedding. I was the French fries man.
Yeah. I don't remember. It was in October. But I just figure Rhinebeck weekend is just our like anniversary weekend. It'll just be nice. And we rented a minivan.
Oh my God, you guys. A minivan sounds so great. I know. That was the second. I mean, all of these years, I've been like, I don't care that we're parents. We're not getting a freaking minivan. I hate them. They're horrible. That's all I want now.
They they're gas guzzlers and they're just big and like, for some reason, it's the minivans on the road are always the bad drivers. They are always ready to they're always the ones practically running me off the road.
If you own a minivan, sorry
Some
about that.
offense.
Some offense.
Some.
Nice.
You're probably fine. You. But all those other minivan people
Crazy, right?
suck.
Yeah.
But so I've always been like, no minivans. I don't care. I don't care. No minivans. And then I was suddenly like,
We gotta get a minivan.
God, I want a minivan. Our kid is tall and he's loud, and oh, it would be so nice to buckle him into the back seat sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, we rented a minivan, and we'll see how that goes.
I'm excited to drive it.
I have really bad car problems. I don't like being in cars. I'm very slowly beginning to trust that you won't kill me in our little Honda Fit.
It takes a while because I'm not a great driver.
I am a good passenger. I'm an excellent passenger.
No. Nope. Nope. Literally the worst passenger I have ever had my whole life. I'd rather have my driving instructor and my father and my mother in the car all telling me what to do at the same time.
But I'm an excellent driver.
Oh yeah, we're not
I
talking
really
about
am.
that though. You're an amazing driver.
I'm an excellent driver.
Goes without saying. Bad passenger, good driver.
Your head is just fading into the light. Look at that. Yeah, so 10 years ago, I was in a really bad car accident because a lady a couple cars ahead of me saw a construction ahead sign and she thought it was a stop sign, so she slammed her brakes on and there was a huge pileup, and my tiny Hyundai that I was driving got smashed into a million pieces, and I got smashed along with it, and I broke my back and I broke like everything. It was really bad. Really, really bad. It took a really long time. I have chronic pain all of the time. I had to have a body cast. It was bad. And the second I healed, I moved to California because I was like, fuck this. I'm out. But yeah, I have really bad PTSD. I don't like being in cars. I don't like it. I do not like car excitement.
As one of our friends so delicately put it, car excitement.
Car excitement. I don't like it.
That's when anything outside of
If you
standard
legit
driving happens.
fail to look in any one mirror, I will call you on it and I will yell. Because I am horrified. But the problem is my back hurts all the time, and like I generally drive.
No, whenever I'm out.
Not
you know,
when
I've
you're
got-
around.
Yeah.
Anybody else, I am the driver. But when he's around, he drives. Because I just don't want to drive anymore. But it's a problem because I end up yelling.
Because she doesn't trust anybody but herself to drive.
I trust nobody. Nobody. And
So, you know.
especially with Goosey, you'd think it would get better, but instead I'm like, nobody can drive my son but me. So yeah, that'll be interesting. If you see a frazzled, screaming woman who looks like me at Rhinebeck
Come say hi.
that just fell out of a minivan and kissed the ground, say hi.
Which is,
Oh yeah, that's segues, right?
yeah, it segues because she really do want you to come say hi.
Yeah,
They
you
really
should.
want you to come say hi.
If you're going to Rhinebeck and
Yeah.
you see me, say hi, because there might be a little treat for
She's
you.
gonna have secret things.
Yeah, I'll have yarn. It's all one of a kinds, and yeah, just pretty yarn, but I have no place for it, and it's not colorways that I'm selling anymore, or yet, or colorways I'm working on, but they're pretty.
Help us clear some space for you.
Essentially, yeah.
You know?
I bought all this shelving, and essentially our entire downstairs has been taken over by Goosey fibers, and I just don't have room for it all, so I'm bringing a bunch of yarn. So if you see me, say hi.
Yeah, you gotta do that. Also,
Yeah.
if you come to say hi, we have some things that we want to ask you now that you can tell us about if you see us.
Oh, our fun questions.
Right.
What were our fun questions?
Well, what's your karaoke song? Okay, so the setup to this is like real world karaoke and fantasy karaoke. So in real world karaoke, there's generally a limited amount of songs that the karaoke place or DJ or person has. So in a standard karaoke setup, what's your karaoke song?
Can I
And then
cut
if you
you
could
off
have
just 1 minute.
sure.
This is all because I suck at small talk. And I hate the, what do you do? Like, what's that like? How's the weather? I hate that crap. If you come at me with how's the weather, I will kick you in the shin and you get no yarn.
Please don't kick people
No,
in the
I won't
shins.
kick anybody.
Don't kick
And
anybody.
you'll probably still get yarn. But I won't be happy.
Okay.
I hate small talk. I'd rather just jump into like fun.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have small talk, let's have really fun small talk where we get to know each other a little better and decide if we have personalities that work together.
Mm-hmm.
So karaoke. is a
Karaoke
good
songs, right?
one. Yeah.
So if you have a standard karaoke catalog, what's your choice?
Yeah.
And then the other one is, if it could be any song, what's your karaoke song for any song?
So I feel like for me that is standard karaoke isn't just standard what would be available, but standard what can you feel comfortable singing.
Totally.
You know, like a lot of people say like, oh my God, that's a hip hop to the hippity hip hip hop and you don't stop. What's
Yeah,
that?
it's Sugar Hill Gang.
What is that? Paradise? Something Paradise?
Gangster's Paradise, but that's not Gangster's
That's
Paradise.
not Gangster's Paradise.
No, that's by Coolio.
Yeah, I forget what it is.
Your Rapper's Delight by the Sugar
Rapper's
Hill Gang.
Delight.
Yeah.
You know, but that's actually a really hard song to karaoke because that goes hella fast.
Yeah, they're great.
Hella fast.
The Sugar Hill Gang's no joke.
Because that used to be what I would say for a karaoke song, but it's not true. I can't say anything that fast. So,
Legit.
and I would go any Billy Joel
That makes sense.
for my standard. I think I can hit his notes. I know.
He's essentially the American
I celebrate
songbook.
his entire catalog. Let's be honest.
She totally does.
I
She
love
tries to
Billy
keep it on the DL, but she can't.
Or Tom Petty. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
shit,
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys.
Hashtag RIP.
I love him.
Yeah, he's great. She's the biggest Tom Petty fan I've ever met.
I was horrified. The way I learned that anything even happened was I followed Chelsea Knits from Legacy Knits, and she posted this beautiful picture of Tom Petty, and it was just this like really nice thing about Tom Petty. And then I'm reading, and I'm like, that's really nice. I know she likes Tom Petty. I like that this person I don't really know, but sort of know through the internets, likes Tom Petty as much as I do.
Good connection.
And then I was like, God, that sounded really like solemn though. Why did she write this sad thing about Tom Petty? And then I Googled, and all that shit was going down.
It was a heartbreaking day. It was a heartbreaking day.
Really is.
He wrote a million songs that everybody loved.
Because he was the dude. Like, he was like, you can have sad songs, and you can have moody songs, and you can have songs that kind of make you feel like you're smarter and better than everybody else in the room for knowing that song.
My entire song collection.
Yeah, that's all Damien is, essentially. But, like, Tom Petty was this, like, everybody knew him. And he was just happy. You could drive with the windows down.
Every song
and
was in a major key.
Yeah, everybody could sing along and just feel really good for those 3-4 minutes.
Totally.
You know, it's driving songs, and they're just like, I don't know, just fill you with like good feelings and hope, and it's really sad.
And he
I
seemed
feel
like a
really
good dude.
misty.
Yeah, he seemed like a good dude. All his interviews were like really
yeah.
good. He seemed like a real good dude.
Tom Petty, for sure. Maybe Don't Come Around Here No More. I think those are easy.
That is such a great song too. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's like his weirdest song.
I mean, that's because of the video.
Well, it's weird, but the drums in the back. It's just a weird song.
song.
It's a weird song.
Oh, You Don't Know How It Feels. That's my song.
There you go.
Yeah.
That is a great song.
My, like, song that if I could sing, if I could hit every single note and just belt something out, I don't know. Maybe that Ween song I love.
Oh yeah. It's the end of Quebec. What's the last song on Quebec, everybody? It's called "If You Could Save Yourself, You Could Save Us All."
Save yourself. Yeah, I would sing that one.
That's a good one.
What would you do?
Well, I've been thinking about it.
I know.
I think since I'm not a great singer normally, and we brought up Rapper's Delight, I would probably sing a Beastie Boys song. I would probably
for sure.
sing "So What You Want" because I know that one like the
Yeah,
back of
you
my
do.
hand. I love that song. Anything from, okay, I don't want to get controversial, but "Check Your Head" is the best Beastie Boys album. All you Paul's boutique heads, you can take it in the back and you can cry about it. It's "Check Your Head." All you Ill Communication fans, you can take it in the back and you can cry about it. It's "Check Your Head." And so, Pass the Mic, although it's ridiculous
So
and hilarious.
good. Pass the Mic is so good.
It's So What You Want. That song is the best karaoke song on that album. It's magical.
All right.
But if I could choose any song, it would probably be a Morphine song because those songs are in my range.
My God.
Yeah.
Who wants anyone singing Morphine in a karaoke bar?
Well, because he has some really cool driving songs. I mean, I wouldn't sing like the saddest song or anything like that.
That's all Morphine is.
I'd sing one of those like one of those really cool like driving songs, you know.
Listen to me, like complaining about his cool music
She's
choice. I'm like, I would
karaoke-shaming
sing
me.
Billy Joel.
She's karaoke shaming me. I'd bring it down to a cool beatnik
Whatever.
level.
Billy Joel's pretty cool.
Billy Joel is super cool. Super cool. The coolest.
Nick Cave.
Yeah, but I don't think I mean, even though his...
Okay, so what's the coolest thing that you like? That's another fun thing to talk about if you see me at Rhinebeck. What's the coolest music? Like, what's music you like that you're like, I'm typically not a very cool person, but this I think would make me like qualify, right? Nick Cave or Velvet Underground.
Oh, well, yeah, they're instant cool.
Instant cool.
Instant cool. Very good.
Nobody would mistake me for a cool person. And nobody
I think you're cool.
and nobody has. But
I did once.
I think
She was wearing sunglasses.
those are good sunglasses.
They were good sunglasses.
Deep down, I love Velvet Underground and
They're
Nick
so
Cave,
good.
and I saw you looking at my bad hair.
I was just looking at you.
And I think that makes me cool.
It does make you cool.
Yeah.
It gives you plus 10 coolness points.
Yes. Makes you your entire musical. I don't want to hear what.
Hey,
makes
no,
you cool.
look, hey, I got lame songs too. You guys want to know what my guilty,
I know what it
guilty
is.
musical pleasure
I know
is?
what it is.
You want to tell them what it is?
Jerry Rafferty, Baker Street.
Yeah, that's not my guilty pleasure. That song is awesome. That's not my... No, we're fighting. No, we're fighting. We gotta get out of here. That is not my guilty pleasure. That song is amazing.
That's the song he doesn't want anyone to know that he likes, which I think is the ultimate guilty pleasure.
Baker Street is a dope song. I will listen to Baker Street anytime. The Foo Fighters did a great cover of it. My guilty pleasure...
That's not why he likes it. Anyway. Yeah? What is it?
It's Candlebox.
Oh, Damien.
They're not good.
They're not good.
They're not good. They've never been good.
Candlebox?
Oh, yeah. I will listen to the first...
What
At
the
least Candlebox's first record is so good. But it's not good. But it's really good. It's really good.
Candlebox?
Candlebox. You want to talk about overdub vocals. But I really like it. So anyway, what's you could tell us about your guilty pleasure too. Do you have a guilty pleasure?
I would love
Music?
to hear your guilty pleasure. Oh, I love shit like that.
Just get into it,
Let's get into the dirt.
No small talk. Small talk's
Yeah. Like, tell me the shit you're embarrassed by.
boring. We're not keeping count.
I won't care.
Right.
And
We're not going to write it down.
I will probably
and hold
be
it
like,
against
oh
you or
yeah,
nothing.
done that. Done that too. But yeah, that's the sort of talk I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as Rhinebeck goes, I don't know. My family keeps sending me links and being like, have you heard of the site Ravelry?
Oh my God, that's funny to me. I know what Ravelry is too.
I love that. I
I'm not
get
on
a
it, but
lot
I
of
know what
stuff
it is.
like that.
I
Of
think my
everyone being very helpful and very sweet.
My mom sent her a link too. Kate, have you heard about this site
Ravelry?
Ravelry? It's about
I met a
lot
lady
of-
on my cruise, and she told me
There's a
about
lot
a
of
site
knitters
you
on
should
there.
know about. Ravelry. But yeah, I don't know why I said that. Oh yeah, everyone in my family is like, oh, you're going to Rhinebeck? And they're like, no matter how many times I'm like, I'm going to buy stuff. Like, I'm going to just roam around like everybody. Like a common schmo. Everyone seems to think that means I'm showing at Rhinebeck, which, as anybody knows, there's no such thing. They're all ghosts. Nobody gets to show at Rhinebeck. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's the whole... someone has to die you know,
You gotta stop saying that word. Nobody knows what you mean.
DIE. Someone has to DIE. Someone has to kirk it. And I have to get bigger than I am to even be thought of for Rhinebeck. Like, stop. I am not. Everyone suddenly thinks I'm like hedgehog fibers or something. In my family, everyone's like, well, she dyes yarn. But
She sold yarn on the internet.
yeah,
She is hedgehog.
they're all like, oh, that's so great. What a fun fiber thing. Do you think other people know about it? Maybe we should spread the word about this Rhinebeck. And I don't know. They all are like, they think I'm going there for business and I am going there for pleasure. So, yeah, I'm getting a lot of fun suggestions of like what I should do with my booth, and I should sign up for this Ravelry.
There will be a time where she does have shows. She'll do a trunk show and she'll be at like fiber and wool festivals, but not Rhinebeck for, you know.
Oh my God, if ever. Rhinebeck's huge.
She'll get there.
Rhinebeck's huge. It would be cool, but like, I also like, would it be? Because if you're showing at Rhinebeck, you don't get to experience Rhinebeck.
You gotta have someone that'll like.
If I'm showing at Rhinebeck, how do I go to one of those food trucks?
You have somebody that's in your booth for you.
Oh, shit. That's a good point.
I have to go. Excuse me.
Anyway, but if you see me, I don't know.
No, say hi. Seriously.
I'll
come
send
say hi.
out. I'll send out like an Instagram or something of what I'm wearing that day. Look for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally. Please.
Yeah,
Please. That'll
say
be really
hi.
fun. It'll be
I
really
am
fun.
so thrilled by everybody that's been buying Goosey fibers. Sorry, my nose is itching. By everyone posting their Goosey fibers creations, and it's beyond thrilling. I don't know. I can't get enough. It's going right to my head.
Mm-hmm.
Much
No, you
like
should go-
this boost.
No, you should totally say hi.
What else do we have? We have
Oh, there's
show notes.
okay. So,
Show notes.
so there's a lot of really
We
cool
have
questions
not
she came up
followed
with.
show notes at all.
Oh, we got the karaoke question.
yeah, we
so.
did the karaoke.
All right. So there was one on here that I liked here.
You
Okay,
did?
here. Yeah, I'm going to read the question.
Oh,
I
the
mean,
Zen
so,
parenting.
yeah,
That's a good thing. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I've been listening to the Zen
gonna read it
Parenting
out loud.
podcast and Simple Living podcast, both very much about slowing life down and appreciating the small things that bring us joy. What are your small things? What are moments you think you will look back on? And for me, the small moments, since
Since I guess this last month, not
Yeah.
like everything.
I got you.
I'm gonna try to incorporate this. Like, what was your small moment this month? Like, what was your fail and what was your triumph?
My fail. Oh no.
Start with this. This is slightly different.
Okay, the small things that I'm appreciating. It's when Goose, his language improves, right? His language improves every day, and it gets better and better and more intricate, and it gets more interesting. My brother-in-law, her brother AJ, like a year or two ago, he said that one of the coolest things about having a kid is you get to watch a little human being's language develop, and it's really cool. And I just took that as a neat, deep answer.
But it was also one of those things that brought us a lot of stress in the time because
Yes.
Goosey is language delayed. Mm-hmm. And so when their son Danny, our nephew, was talking,
He's amazing, his talking, by the way.
he is.
His language is so good.
But then when we were seeing, and that's what we thought for a long time, we were like, oh, well, he just speaks better than any other 2-year-old. But then we would meet other 2-year-olds on playgrounds and we'd be like, oh, they're talking. Shit.
It caused us a lot of stress.
It cost us a lot of stress. But he's talking now.
He's not only talking,
He's saying sentences.
Sentences, and like every day he has like a new phrase. It's when I hear like a new phrase that I've never heard him use before,
love it.
Or it's a phrase that I use that I don't even think about, and then I hear him say it, and it makes me think about it in a whole new way. Like, for example, I think this is just the cutest thing.
Nice and cozy.
Oh, nice and cozy is a good one. Yeah, no, I was thinking that when he is walking. He'll like be walking up or down the stairs, and I'll be holding his hand up or down the stairs. And if he makes a misstep and he kind of stumbles a little bit, normally I will say, "Don't worry, I got you." And now he says that.
He
But he
trips
says it,
and he says, "Don't worry,
I got you. I love it so much. I love it so much. It makes me so happy.
Yeah, that's
It makes me so
definitely a
happy.
small thing that's just warms
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, I feel like you kind of hit it on the head there. Small things he does, he's like a little creature of comfort, which I think he definitely gets from me.
Mm-hmm.
And he snuggles in, and his small things is just when he hugs me. Like, he just, like, sometimes he's like in the middle of playing, and, you know, you don't expect a 2-year-old to really, like, give back very much. And every now and then he'll just run over and he'll sort of like hug whatever body part he's close to, and he'll go, "Mwah," and then he'll run off and keep playing.
That's
and I
wonderful.
just think that's so sweet.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So those are the small things. Let's see, what's our fails of, I guess, since our last podcast? So it's like the last month.
Fails.
Fail.
What about you? Do you have one in mind?
I've exercised once. He's like a running machine. We used to be on the same fitness level, and now you run all of the time. And I'm like, wake me up. I'll run with you. And then the morning comes and he tries to, and I'm like, get away from me.
Yeah.
I'd say my fail is honestly not doing anything. I really wanted to give you a nice card. I had a draft in my Gmail of nice things to say to you in a card, and I didn't write it down in a freaking card.
If you send it to me, I'll make the card.
Fuck. So I think I failed as a wife and as a fitness person.
Guru.
Yeah, a fitness guru. I definitely hard failed at that. I didn't even come close to any goals as a fitness guru.
Nice. Nice.
My triumph. Fuck. Oh. My triumph. I don't know. I really just feel triumphant about Goosey Fibers, honestly. I think about it all the time. I mean, I was so thrilled like 9 months ago, not even 8 months ago,
It hasn't
7
even
months
been
ago.
a year yet.
I don't think it's
Amazing.
even been 8 months yet. When I
Amazing.
sold one skein, and then I would be thrilled if I sold like a couple skeins in a week. I'd be like, look, or in a month, I'd be like, look at this, I did this. I earned like $40 this month, you know? And now it's like, it's a business.
Now
like,
she's sending us to Rhinebeck. Like, we're going on Rhinebeck
Yeah.
on Goosey Fibers' dime. It's awesome.
And I mean, it sounds like, oh, I'm getting all of this in, but honestly, I'd say more than half the cost is like going back out and buying more yarn and buying.
It all goes back into Goosey Fibers.
It really does.
It really does.
The bigger it gets, the more I need to sort of keep it going. Like, I had to buy this whole, like, more drying racks, and I had to buy that, like,
She got a new drying machine.
a drying machine and pots and pans and like heating implements, and you know, I've gone wholesale. I went wholesale for a while ago with soak yarn. I don't know if you guys know that. Soak yarn, soak wash. It's awesome. I love it, especially fig is my favorite smell, but I went wholesale with them, so I buy like huge shipments from them, and it's just like, it's really not raking in any money, but it feels really good to finally, I guess it's not my week long, but I'll just say this the one time. This is the first time we're doing this. My first triumph. It feels like my whole life I have really floundered, like just grasping around, just landing in any job that'll take me, and hating it and hating office life and being miserable and just feeling really depressed and like bad. And this is the first time in my life that I feel like I finally figured it out. You know, I mean, other people, they know their whole lives what
That's
they want to
wonderful.
do, or they're just perfectly happy. Like, their job, they find they're like, they're social people, and like they get along with the people they work with, and they're really good at it. And I was never any of those people. I was never a social person, so I never did well in office politics, and I just never, I floundered constantly. And this is the first time. I feel really good about myself and my contribution, and I don't know, it's so funny, especially like if I get like an international order. Like a while ago I sent an order to Russia, and I was like, there's all these political problems and like world problems, but like knitting is bringing us together. And I know that's kind of lame, but it really is. Like,
really is.
Our countries as a whole can't get along, but me and a lady in Russia can like talk and bond over knitting.
That's true. That's
And
wonderful.
I think that's a beautiful thing.
That's wonderful.
So that's my triumph.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Try and beat that, Kennedy.
I don't know. So my failure is, all these things come back to parenting, because that's really sort of foremost in my mind. And I want to be a parent that only yells when the boy is in danger, right? Like,
don't go on the road.
Right, exactly. Don't don't go close to the road, or don't put your hand in the dog's mouth, or
She'll lick it to death.
Right, well, any dog's mouth.
Sure.
Please don't grab the saw by the teeth.
Don't touch the oven.
Right, yeah, don't, exactly. Those are all things that I would yell, but, I find myself yelling out of frustration and, and also, and not just yelling, just being short in general.
Right.
This morning, I was fixing something downstairs, and the boy took my socket set and just flipped it over. And all the sockets went everywhere. And I found myself saying to a 2.5-year-old, seriously? Get yourself together.
I always call him drunk. Hit the bottle early today, didn't you?
And of course he flipped it over. He's two, and it's a really interesting thing to flip over.
And he gets a response from you.
Yeah.
And that's fun.
And yeah, and so I want to be, my failure is not being the kind of parent that yells only about danger, and instead of being the parent who raises their voice out of irritation, etc. And that's, that ain't no kind of good.
One of the podcasters I listen to says when he's really ready to yell and he just wants to like essentially just push his children, like just push them hard down to the floor, he says instead he hugs them.
Oh, that's sweet.
Because he's like, the contact and everything, and I'm so frustrated, and like...
That's a good way to remind
It sort of diffuses.
It reminds you of the connection that you have.
I hugged August so much this week. He got a lot of hugs.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very
What's
nice.
your triumph?
Oh, my triumph is I made this Goosey Fibers this Goosey Fibers Gosling label last night. Everybody, it's so good.
It's so
It's
good.
so good.
Oh
It's
my
so
God.
cute. It's so cute. I was
so
really
cute.
happy with how it turned out.
He always says I'm the artistic one.
She
and
is.
like that he's just sort of like you just think
I'm a production
you're like,
guy. I'm a
you
production
just think
guy.
you're like a
I
pencil
make
pusher
stuff.
or something.
I make stuff. I help people who make stuff make stuff.
But like you made this image out of nothing. It wasn't like you took an image or whatever, like you just made an image and it's beautiful.
It looks good. I'm really excited. So
cute.
Pretty soon, the guy we're going to be, we talked about we're going to relabel all the skeins, but we're also
sending
getting
them to
some,
our print guy.
Yeah, we got a print guy. His name is Mark. And if you're in
Beagle Printing.
Yeah, Beagle
Look
Printing,
'em up.
South
They're
Shore
great. He's amazing.
Of Massachusetts. If you need some printing, Beagle Printing in.
They do shirts.
in
They
Hanson.
do any kind of printing
He'll
that
take.
you need to do.
He'll take any job, any work. He'll take any work.
No, you make him sound desperate. He's like he's good.
He's a jack of all trades, and he's very
He
good.
is.
He's very professional, and he's quick. His turnaround is insane. It's insanely good. It's very good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Beagle Printing.
Beagle Printing. This episode is sponsored by
Beagle Printing.
Printing. Anyway, I made a label last night, and it looked really good. So it's
Yeah.
almost finished, and hopefully we're going to get those onto the Goslings pretty soon, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, because it's been like I've had professional labels on all of my skeins except the Goslings. The Goslings have been just still like crappy printer paper essentially, and it just feels cheap, and I feel like Goosey Fibers is getting to a place where, like, it really doesn't fly. So it's time to just bump it up again and be a little bit more professional and more and more and more, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really fun.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know what else we've done.
Do you want to do another question?
Oh, do I have more?
Yeah, so there's a couple here.
I'm sorry, you guys. I should have prepared.
No, it's fine. This is preparation. This is what preparation is.
Hey, can I tell you about something right now? Sponsored by Stitch Fix. Do you like my dress? Me too. Do you like my elbow patches not on my elbows? Stitch Fix. Anyway, I was trying to buy time.
No, this is a good one. This is kind of an off the wall question, and I kind of like it. Are you guys ready for this? This is a good one.
Yeah.
I keep thinking lately about the ancient Egyptians. They believed when they died they had to answer 2 questions for the gods to decide where they went / what happened from there. Question 1, did you find joy in life and what was it? And question 2, did you bring others joy? Elucidate.
Yeah. I was getting real deep about a month ago when we were supposed to do this podcast. Yeah, I was listening
None
to...
of these are small talk.
I was listening... Yeah, no. I was listening to all these really kind of deep thoughts and, like... You know, just life stuff, and I don't know, that really struck me. It's like, I like the idea, I'm not a religious person, I'm just not, but I like the idea of all of these things, and I like that like, you answer 2 questions, and did you find joy, and did you bring joy, essentially? Mm-hmm. I think that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you find joy in your life?
Yeah.
Do you have moments of joy?
Well, I do, but I think that's one of those 2 questions are things to think about all of the time. Like, really always keep in the back of your mind. Like, do you have joy and do you give joy? I just think that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have joy? I have a lot of joy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, my family is my joy. And work now is my joy, which would have been my anti-joy a few years ago. And, yeah, I don't know. Small things. Someone does a slow fall. That is joy.
It's difficult to know what she means by that, but she literally means when someone falls down
Really slowly.
Really
So slowly, like, you know they're not going to get hurt. One of those, like, where they just start doing the, like, you know, and then it takes them, like, 5 minutes. And at the point where you're like, just fall down! I derive no greater joy than seeing someone slow fall. I love it. I love it so much. I really do.
That's very funny.
It's such a rare thing, too. Like, you really only get to see someone slow fall, like, a handful of times in your whole life. Like, it's amazing. It's incredible. It feels like a Nova special or something. It's so good. I love it so much.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah,
Tonight on
the
Nova.
slow fall.
The slow fall. How does it
Also,
work?
I get a lot of joy out of the variety of crosswalk shuffles.
Oh, the crosswalk shuffle. That's a thing, you guys.
That is a thing I invented.
It's a
I
thing.
didn't invent it.
Just the term.
Just the term. And I gave it to him. And it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the crosswalk shuffle as if someone's in a crosswalk, but they like see there's a car waiting and like they're
The
doing
don't walk sign suddenly turns on.
Right, or they're doing, or it's not even a sign. It's just one of those like...
Oh, you gotta get across.
No, it's just like a crosswalk, but it doesn't have to be. Not
gotcha.
everyone lives in a city.
Oh, that's a good point.
You know, and it's just a crosswalk where you're obligated to stop. But the person in the crosswalk is like, thanks for being so nice and stopping. And so they do that like, nobody wants to just run. Because very few people on this earth, I think, feel like they're competent runners.
Who wants to run? Running running sucks.
And also, most people are, I think, like me, in that you know, like, if you're just at a standstill and you just start running, like, it takes a while to get there. You gotta warm up. And
stretch.
Yeah, no one just breaks into a run.
Animals.
And Olympians.
Right.
And that's it. And everyone else does this sort of like quick shuffle, like they're showing you they're being polite. They care about your time that you stopped for them, and they're getting across faster than they would at some like very rude slow walk, you know. But like there is something about that, the speed and the gait at which everybody crosses the crosswalk, and I call it the crosswalk shuffle. And if you see it, enjoy it because it's amazing.
The only time anybody ever moves at this particular speed in this particular way is when they're moving through a crosswalk.
Yeah,
it's
like
uncanny. It's amazing. Yeah, it's just like I'm showing you I'm going fast enough to let you know that I take your time seriously. But I'm not running, man.
Nobody's gonna just run.
Right, exactly.
So they sort of like do this quick walk, or they do this sort of half gait jog, and it's always awkward. It's always awkward, and it's one of my favorite things on earth.
Like the FedEx logo, once you notice it, you will always notice it.
Stop being a nerd. There's an arrow in it. Don't worry about the FedEx logo. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Just ignore what he's talking about right now. The crosswalk shuffle is what you need to look for. That brings me joy. Great joy. All of the time.
Yeah.
And have I brought joy?
Mm-hmm. No, next question.
Well, I just gave you guys all the crosswalk shuffle.
Right, that's true.
You're welcome.
It is a thing that will bring you joy.
I hope so.
Yeah.
If you've gotten joy from the crosswalk shuffle, please let me know because I would love that to be a thing because
Hashtag
it's something
crosswalk shuffle.
It is something we all do, and it is so embarrassing and so beautiful all at the same time.
Like a dog trying to do ballet.
Yes. Have you had joy?
I experience moments of joy a lot. But they're all
a lot.
Oh yeah, listen to me. But they're small, but like they're just these. Music brings me a great amount of joy, and if the weather is like right on, and I walk outside, and I got the right song at the right time, the sunlight is the right way. I got the serotonin just from my brain, and it just makes me feel immense amounts of joy. I love it.
That's a good feeling. Yeah.
So I experience moments of joy a lot.
Do you bring joy?
I don't know. I'm argumentative.
He wouldn't let me turn the heat on.
That's true. I've got a real I feel like I've stepped up my dad game.
Yeah.
In that you don't get to touch the thermostat until it's one of my coworkers, his threshold is November 1st. You don't touch the thermostat till November 1st. It doesn't matter if there's snow outside.
No, that's garbage.
You put on a sweatshirt, you get under the blankets, you run around a little bit, whatever you do, you just to get warm. You don't touch the thermostat. And I was feeling a little bit of that until she was like, why?
Motherfucker, I'm cold.
I was trying to be diplomatic, but why / don't be an asshole / motherfucker, I'm cold.
Yeah, my feet were cold.
And honestly, it really comes down to the question of why be stingy with it? We watch The Christmas Carol over and over again every year to know that you're not supposed to be stingy with that kind of crap.
I almost said to you, but I was like, this is going to be a fight at 11 p.m. I almost said, say hi to Bob Cratchit for me.
No, you should have. That would have made a deep. I love A Christmas Carol, by the way. It's one of my favorite Christmas things.
He fully fought me.
I did not take into account.
Until he saw my face and realized I was willing to fight till morning and he had to go to work.
I did not keep Christmas in my heart all year around.
Yeah, how's that one? What were your feelings on thermostat upkeep?
Right. Do you let another person rule the thermostat, or do you just be comfortable? Which is what I realized I should be letting my family do. Let my family be comfortable. What kind of monster / animal?
It's just such a it's like the second you become a dad or you get married, you suddenly. It's like I don't control my wife. I don't control a lot of stuff. But this thermostat is my land.
I can't talk about the actual ceremony because we signed an NDA. But there is a ceremony, and there is like a passing of a baton. There is a contract that is signed.
All I know is, growing up, my dad definitely seemed to have some thought that he would slowly become a millionaire by like very careful regulation of the thermostat.
I never knew what my parents' goal was. And, it was my mother who was sort of like the gatekeeper of the
it was a
thermostat. But I think it was because my father, like quiet, low key behind everything, was like, if the thermostat moves 1 degree, everyone's out of the house except me. Take the kids with you.
What is it with men?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
I
What
want
is
to
it
know about
men?
like lesbian couples. Do like lesbian couples? Is there one person that rules the thermostat?
Or does it just go willy-nilly up and down? Also,
Or is everyone cold all of the time?
Also, as a sidebar or related, what are your heating bills like? Because usually you don't touch the thermostat because you don't want the heating bills to go up. So if you're willy-nilly about the thermostat, how are your heating bills? Are they crazy? Are they higher than you like? Or are they pretty much steady? Don't worry about it. I would like to know because I get the feeling that they're nuts.
Well, our heating bill was crazy. And then we realized we had a gas leak.
That is true. That is true. And don't... It's hard to tell you what to do because I feel like don't report to the gas company that you have a gas leak.
Oh my
Because
god.
it's a mess because they'll turn your gas off and then getting everything back up and running again is kind of a nightmare. But
you
then
think
again...
you're going to tell your gas company you have a gas leak, they send someone to fix it ASAP because gas leak. No. They send someone ASAP to turn your
just
heat
shut
off.
it off.
Midwinter, they just turn your heat
Just
off.
shut it off. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's like, they don't even tell you what to do. So we had to find out, it was like our first week of owning a home, that we have to call a plumber. I didn't know you call a plumber for gas.
Pipes.
I thought the other kind of gas.
She
yeah.
makes jokes.
Paul
Yeah, we
came
got a
and
guy,
fixed-
Paul the plumber. He was good.
fixed our house.
He was real good.
Yeah.
And
What else do I have over here?
you got a lot of them, but it's a lot of like reflect on your life and be deep.
Where do you hope the next 2 weeks goes? Next 2 week goes. Good writing.
No, you're doing it fast.
Oh, I had winner of the giveaway. That's long since done. She already got her set. It was a private account, so I don't want to say her name on Instagram. But go you. Well done. I hope you're enjoying the Stephen West knit along. Parenting. What is life like lately? I don't know.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's good.
It's good.
Parenting, how do we not yell? Well, we don't not yell. We yell a lot. No, I shouldn't have said that. We don't yell a lot. Oh,
Well,
God.
this is over.
Yeah, there's a lot of pregnancy things. Yeah, that didn't go well. I thought I was pregnant, and then I wasn't. And that sucked. And that was super depressing. But I don't want to end on that note.
Party time!
Party! Woo!
So anyway, Rhinebeck,
Yeah, you guys, please come say hi.
come say hi. Come say hi to Rhinebeck.
Get some yarn for free.
Right. She's
Spend
gonna
your
have
money
yarn.
at the booths and come see me and get some free yarn.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have like a grab bag or something. Like I'll just have a big grocery bag.
Put
or
your hand
something.
in,
Yeah.
and you can get yarn or like bit by a piranha.
Yeah.
So
I have my piranha in there, but don't worry about it.
He's very nice. His name is Clyde, and he's respectful.
Also, I'm not keeping water in the bag, so Clyde's dead.
Anyway, also, I know we said it at the beginning, but I'm going to say it again
Yeah.
now. Please join the mailing list.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
haven't joined the mailing list, join the mailing list.
You really should. I know it's kind of, I feel a little weird saying it, but like join the mailing list.
Goosey-
I have secret things like coupon codes and discounts just for mailing list subscribers. Only for them.
GooseyFibers.com, and then click mailing list, and then
It's
put your
super
email
easy.
address in the box.
And also, I do not do the like. I hate people who do daily mails or like
No. It's like once every 2
couple
weeks.
days. Yeah, it's. I aim for once every 2 weeks.
And there's no
means I should
spam.
really be
It's a
writing.
privately held list. We're not going to sell it to anybody
No,
or
I
anything
don't.
like that. Don't worry about it.
Nothing.
You just
It's
get good
legit.
stuff.
You just
It's
get
good
coupon
stuff.
codes
Yeah.
and you see what's going on. And you get, last mailing list was your recipe for spiked cider.
That's right. Oh yeah, it was good
really
too.
good.
Mm-hmm. So
Really good.
it's good writing, and it's a good mailing list. It's worthwhile. So please join.
Yeah, please join. And, follow on Instagram or here. Subscribe down here. Or here. Somewhere. The kid's awake. So
Yeah,
we
the
have
boy
to
woke up,
go.
so we made a mistake.
Yeah, no, we did fine. It worked
Oh,
out
right.
perfectly.
High five. All right. I love you.
I love you.
Bye.
Mwah. I feel like warm all over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right in my brain. Cheers.
Do you remember when you slow fell?
Yeah, I was in. Well, there was 2 slow falls. One was in California, and it was
No.
down a hill.
No. When you fell in the bar.
Yeah, in Brooklyn at the
Oh,
hurricane.
my God.
What was the hurricane?
Irene?
Sandy? Irene.
Sandy? Irene?
It may have been Irene.
I feel like Sandy now.
The second big hurricane in New York.
It doesn't matter. You fell so slow and so messy. You like unplugged all their fluorescent stuff.
We were hammered, and it was
We
awesome.
weren't. That was what was funny. We hadn't had anything yet.
We hadn't?
No, you just slow fell, and then the bartender thought you were really drunk. And remember, you were
Oh,
super
yeah.
embarrassed because you were
I
like,
was
"That guy
super-
thinks I'm super drunk and I haven't had anything."
Oh,
And I'm
my
like,
God.
he doesn't understand that you just fall a lot.
I just fall a lot. That's not fair.
Cause I'm free,
Free.
free falling.
To think that I need to stand where death never leads.
The hell are you saying?
I was confusing an MC Hammer song.
Ugh.